What is going on, guys? We are back playing some more Minecraft Unabridged, and today I'm ready to go because we are finally going to get our new power setup going. So last episode we made this Enderman farm solely to prep for making the Endergenic generator setup, and I have to say it has been working wonders. I've probably gotten like 7 or 8 stacks of pearls while I've been on here. Yes, I do need to be near the spawner, but that is perfectly fine by me because it's really close to my base and I can just AFK in here. So I use some of them to make all the stuff we're going to need for today, and the rest of these will go towards power. So eventually we will upgrade this, we'll find more spawners and more roguelike dungeons, but for now it should be okay. And you guys really seem to like this setup. I think it's awesome. So I guess this suffocation thing is not the typical way of killing them. I just thought it'd be fun to do. It is kind of obnoxious because they take half a heart of damage each time and make that stupid noise, but it is okay. So in here is where the Endergenic generator setup is going to go. And I have to say to all of you that may disregard this setup because I could just make a big reactor, these can actually easily outperform big reactors if you didn't know. They got buffed and can now generate for a 6x8x1 setup that's really cheap. They can generate 10k RF per tick, which I think is great. I don't know how far you can push big reactors because I haven't played with it in a while, but I don't know why you would need more than a couple of these layered on top of each other. And the most expensive part, honestly, is getting the pearls to feed in to make power. So that's why we're going to have to upgrade that system out there eventually. But in here, this system is literally going to be 1 block high and go from here to this corner right here. And that's going to get us 10k RF per tick. So it is a little complicated, though. The reason people steer away from it is because it's kind of weird. You have to pretty much be tick perfect in the sense that you have like a 10 tick window to get ender pearls injected into the next Endergenic generator, and if you don't do that it'll waste the pearl, and if you don't get them in on the right tick it won't get the maximum amount out of each pearl. So it's a little complicated, but I do have a video linked in the description that will teach you everything you need to know. It is 45 minutes long, and it shows every possible setup using vanilla redstone, the RedNet cables, which are what we are using this time, Ender IO cables, all that good stuff. It is awesome. So check that out. Credit where credit is due. I did not come up with this. I am not that smart. But we should start getting this set up because it's going to take a little bit. I will stop rambling. So we're going to start out. You need 4 Endergenic generators. You don't need them, you need 2 because they need to throw the pearl back and forth, but 4 they can throw it in a circle, and well, a square, but they can throw it in a loop to each other, and you're going to get about 2560 RF per tick for each one, so that does add up to a little bit over 10k. So what you need to do is take the smart wrench, and you can link these. It is a little loud, but you can see that it says select another Endergenic generator as destination, and the destination is 2 ticks. Now, you're going to want 3 ticks in between these, but the reason 2 ticks is fine is because allegedly they hold it for 1 tick before sending it off. So you're going to do that for this entire thing so that they're going in a loop, and then if you are worried about not connecting one correctly, you can just click on it and see that the red one is where you clicked on and the blue one is where it's sending it to. So then you're going to take these Ender monitors and you are going to point them from the one that you're wanting to send from to the one that it's going to send to. So the red one to the one that's blue, and you're going to do that for all of them, and obviously the orange is pointing at the one that you want it to go to, and then you are all good. So now it is time to start with the RedNet cable. I believe it takes 32 RedNet cables. I might be wrong. Hopefully I'm not, though, because I really don't want to have to make more. But what you can start doing is just filling these out in here, and they get a little messy because they pretty much connect to everything possible. But we're going to go through and we're going to fix that eventually. Do not worry, because I like my setups to be clean, and it's not that bad to get rid of it. So what you're going to do is you're going to put it all around in the center, and then there's going to be nothing on this side right here. You're going to run 4 on this side right here, and then you're going to run 4 on this side right here, and this one does not need to be there. We need to put the timer here, and then we are going to get our pearl injector and put it on this one. So essentially, when we talk about these, we're going to say this one is the first one, this one is the second, this one's the third, and this one is the fourth, and it will just go in the loop because the pearl injector is going to inject it into the first one, and we're going to have the timer connected to the fourth. We're going to have it put near the fourth one. So then we're going to connect the timer to this. We're going to run cables all along the edge right here, and the very last thing is putting these 5 sequencers down, which are all going to get put down right here, and then we just need to loop around these. Man, look at that. It even connects to a stupid torch. Good lord. Okay, so the nice thing is that we can get rid of these really easily. it looks like a massive mess. This looks so complicated right here. It really isn't. So we're going to start going through. We're going to start at the first one, and I guess what I can do is just kind of look at this real quick so you guys can get a sense of where all these cables are going. So we'll just kind of go over it. So hopefully that was good. You can pause it if you need to see where things are going. But now we're going to go through and start at the first one and disconnect things. So you click 3 times to disconnect them. So obviously the torch one is going to get disconnected. Any of these on the side of this right here are going to get disconnected, these 2 on this side. And then you are going to disconnect all 4 of these that are connecting to the middle. So this one, all the ones from the Ender monitors to the middle are going to get disconnected. And then all of the ones facing to the outside of these are going to get disconnected. So there won't be any facing to the outside on this side, but then you will get another one facing to the outside here, and you don't need this one facing to the outside either right here. So then the next thing is you're going to get rid of this one right here that is connecting the timer to these. You can get rid of this one that's connected to the torch, this one connected to the very side of the sequencer, and I believe that should be good. I don't actually know if we need this one right here, but I will leave it there for now just because I'm forgetting for a little bit. But what we can do then is start setting this up. So we're going to start color coding now. And the color coding is pretty much the crux of this whole thing, the way this all works, because it's going to link all of these and get the correct timing on all of that. So this is the important part, but it's actually pretty simple. So we're going to start with orange, and it's going to be on the first one. So this is orange right here. And then you're going to color code the Ender monitor, or what's linked to the Ender monitor in front of each one, to the same color. So this one is orange because it is right in front of this one. And then this one right here, we're going to get set to the second color, which I guess is magenta. And the same one in front of it, magenta. This one is going to go to like a blue or a violet. Same with this one. And then this one right here, we can set to yellow. And then this one, same thing, will get set to yellow. So essentially what these are going to be doing is this whole setup is based around opening and like the pearls. When the pearls are sent out, you need to make sure that these Endergenic generators have been triggered by redstone to open them up to accept pearls, so they're in the charging state. And that is only open for a few ticks. That's why getting them open at the correct times is so important, is because they're only open for a very short window of time. So then we're going to go around it. All of these that are connected to the side here, so this one, this one right here, and this one are going to get linked to the one that is in front of it, the color that's in front of it. So this one is going to be magenta, so you're going to go twice. This one is going to be the blue. This one over here is going to be the yellow, and then we're going to cycle back to orange on this one. So that should be good for all of these to be set up. The only last thing we need to do is go to these Ender monitors, and they have different settings on them. So there's lost pearl, pearl fired, and we want pearl arrived on all of these. So this is really important. This will screw up your whole system. Pretty much anything in this that's messed up will screw up your whole system. But this one will screw it up pretty bad just because it's going to be sending out the pulses. The whole system is based around sending out the pulses when the pearl is arrived. So yeah, that's why it's important to have it set up like that. Now what we can do is start working on color coding this timer. So we're going to want to color code the one going in to be the color, not this color, not the last color, but the third setup color, which is going to be this blue, violet, this light baby blue, whatever. I don't even know what color that is. It's like a gray blue. It's a really gross blue. All the other colors are kind of vibrant, and then there's just that nasty blue. And then we need to use a new color, which is going to be the fifth color, which is green. And the green is pretty much only going to fire when you need a new pearl. So pretty much we're going to go over here and hook up the green to all of these sequencers, every single one of them, at least on this side. Whoops, if you do that, you can just right click again. I do that all the time, and it freaked me out when I first did it because I was like, oh my gosh, now I need to break this and reset it up. Nope, not the case. You can just right click on the cable itself again. So now that these are all set to green, and I'm sorry if this is bothering you guys, this is going to be a really annoying background noise. Getting a lot of pearls though, which is good. This whole system is great because I'm always in here working, and man, there's a lot of Endermen spawning in there. But I guess what we can do, I should have done this a little bit ago, is turn down hostile creatures a little bit. I don't know how loud it's going to be for you guys, but that's okay now. So now what we need to do is set these so they correspond to all the different colors. So right now we have 5 different colors that are out there. The green though is hooked up right here, but we need to hook up this one to pink. So that is going to be the 6th color, but that is going to be the 5th color over here. And pretty much what this is going to do is it's going to be when you need more pearls and the green tick goes off, it is going to set the pink one to inject a new pearl. So when we're over here, then we need to start setting these up, and we're not going to start with the first color. So we're not going to start with orange. We're actually going to start with the 2nd color, which is going to be magenta, and then we are going to go to the violet, and the torch is in my way. Then we're going to go to the yellow. Then we're actually going to go to the pink, and then we're going to go to the orange. So the reason behind this is when you're injecting pearls, you want to make sure that you're injecting it and then sending all the signals to the orange because it's being injected to the orange. And you want to make sure that that's all right. So you don't want to have the orange before the pink. You want to make sure that it's in this exact order. So 2nd, 3rd, 4th, injector first. And hopefully that terminology makes sense in the sense that it's 1, 2, 3, 4 in the loop. And I believe the last thing that we have to go through and do is set all these sequencers. So what we're going to do is separate them by 3 ticks. So each one of these is considered a tick. So you're going to set it 3rd, then you're going to go through and set it to the 6th, 9th, 12th, and 15th tick. So those should all be set up perfectly now. Obviously, when you're running the system and it doesn't work the first time after you've done all this, you'll know that something is set up wrong, which is, it's perfectly fine. It's pretty easy to troubleshoot this whole system just because everything's set up. Like, it's pretty simple to go through and just look at things. The last thing we need to do then is set up this timer right here and set the delay to 30. So now that that's done, all that needs to happen is pearls need to get put in this pearl injector, and we're going to hope that we did it correctly, because if we did, it'll start working and getting us power. So you can see that it will list the gain, the lost, the launched, and the chances. Now, one thing I want to go over before we throw a pearl in there is that this system might seem broken. It might seem super strong because, like, oh, we can just get it set up perfectly and it'll go forever. False. That is not how it works. You could have RNG on your side or you could not. So essentially when a pearl goes through, it has, like, I believe it's like a 1% chance of failing. And you'll be able to see a particle effect. Hopefully we'll be able to see it on camera later. But when a pearl fails, it'll obviously need to send another one. And the reason is because you need to use the pearls, or else it would be super strong and you would just never use pearls, and it would be like the best power setup ever. But that is why it's expensive, is because pearls will break, and they'll generate a good amount of power, but then you'll need more. So when they break, you can see that it'll tell you how many you've lost recently over the last 5 seconds. So usually you'll only lose one every 5 seconds. You might go for like 30 seconds without losing one. I'm not sure if the math becomes like the longer you go, the more chances it is of breaking, or if you could in theory go infinitely without it breaking. Not too sure about that, but I know that it pretty much will break. So we're going to get all the ender pearls out of there, and we're going to throw them in here, and you're going to have to wait a little bit to see if it works. Hopefully we can see the particle effects. I don't know if my particle effects are on right now. Hopefully they are. Does not look like they are. Okay, so we need to get video settings, particles. We'll put all particles on. There you go. You can see the particle effects. And pretty much, let's see if we can see one when it breaks. It's going to be like black particle effects that almost look like something shattering. But this is how you know it's working. If these particle effects are up, it's kind of like the Enderman particles. Okay, so maybe we won't see one break for a little bit. I guess this is a good run, but we lost 2 pearls really quickly, it looked like. Yeah, so we lost 2 pearls relatively quickly. Man, particle effects are not friendly on the FPS. I guess there's a lot of particle effects in this pack, though, to be fair. But you can see, look at this power. It is generating so much power, and we haven't lost a pearl in the last 5 seconds. It's launched 8. It has had 8 times to break, and oh, there we go. Okay, so you lost one. You can see that it launched another one, and it is just going at it again. Now, I don't know if I already said this, but you can infuse these 2 to make them even better, which it doesn't seem like they could get much better, but they can. So this setup right here, look at how small this is. Look at the amount of power we've just generated. That is crazy. And this is only per one machine. So each one of these has generated this much power. So is that 3 million RF in there out of the 5 million buffer in each of these in this short amount of time? And it's used up barely any ender pearls. So what I'm going to do eventually is get a way to shut this off when we don't need any more power. And what I probably will do is use either a Tesseract or maybe even wire it to the house. I don't know, but I'm gonna have to get upgraded cables, so using immersive engineering, we're going to have to delve into the higher level cables if we want to do that, but we'd probably end up just digging out this wall and then connecting it through like this power right here. But I am really liking this, and like I said, we're going to have to get more ender pearls because obviously you can see that this is using them faster than we are going to gain them, but assuming we turn it off when we don't need power, like right now, we don't need any more power in these, but it could still waste pearls, I believe. So what I can do is just take all these pearls out, it'll stop running, and then we have all of this power here to go. So I hope this video was informative, guys. I know I'm not the best at explaining things. Obviously, like I said, the video is in the description. Credit where credit is due. The guy gives a great example of all of these, does a great job explaining why things work, how they work. He even made a video on the mechanics behind it, so not only the setup, but he has like a 20-minute video on the mechanics behind it. So I would really say go to check that out before you actually work on this. You know, just even if you know how to do it from my video, just to see the idea behind it and how it works. It's pretty interesting, and it's pretty strong. So eventually I will layer more of these on top of it, but you know, I won't do that on camera. You guys don't need to watch that. But there is one thing I want to talk about before the episode is over. And I guess we can just stay in here if you guys want to get a better look at this, because I want to talk a little bit. But we are almost at 2,000 subscribers, guys. That is phenomenal. I really appreciate you guys supporting me. It has been amazing, especially with me being at college now, doing my best to post videos for you guys. And I know a lot of you guys say you appreciate it, and I wish I could put more out. I really do. But like after I finish this video, I think I have to go to my calculus lecture in like 8 minutes. So I have to head out in 8 minutes, so that's why I have to cut the video off now. But yeah, doing my best, and I really appreciate you guys supporting me, which is why you guys may have heard of the game Sky Saga, which is new. It's kind of like an MMO Minecraft-ish sort of thing. I know like Cube World kind of fell through a little bit, but this one looks absolutely awesome, and I think it's going to be great. I'm probably going to post a series of it if you guys think you'd like that. But I messaged them, and I tried to get some keys, and they gave me 50 keys for alpha access. I know you can get alpha access without paying. It's just a random lottery. But if you guys want to play and you don't want to wait, at 2,000 subscribers, I'm going to do a 50 key Sky Saga giveaway for all you guys. So hopefully you can all get keys. I'm pretty sure you will. And, you know, maybe we can play together a little bit, have some fun. But, you know, I just want to say thank you to you guys for supporting me. And so you can look forward to that when we head to 2K. But other than that, guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you found it informative and helpful, and hopefully it will steer you away from just using the typical big reactors, because those can get a little bit boring at times. This is a little bit more fun, a little bit more colorful, and a little bit more mechanically intense, I guess you could call it. But yeah, so I hope you enjoyed the video, and I will talk to you guys later.